Hello and welcome back to the channel for another College TF review. Today we'll be taking a look at the APC Toys Red Gladiator, aka Transformers Prime Cliffjumper. This guy has definitely been an anticipated release and another welcome addition to APC Toys' revamp of those original first edition Transformers Prime figures. You can get yours over at Shows You Store. Check out the link in the description. He has been going in and out of stock, so there's a chance he is out of stock, but check back on Shows You Store as he might come back in stock at some point. So definitely keep an eye out on that. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Keeps these reviews coming, and I really appreciate all of you who are supporting the channel. So let's get straight into this review. And I apologize if my voice sounds a little nasally. I am a bit sick right now. And that, is a perfect segue into this guy, as he definitely does get infected during the show and the first episode, first few minutes. But we'll get to that in a minute. So here's the packaging, pretty typical for APC Toys. Some cool outline art, of course, all across. Very nice. There you go, bottom, top. That's it for the box. The instructions are essentially identical to the original first edition figure, just with APC Toys artwork on them instead of the Hasbro artwork. But as you can see, the pictures are old and dated, and these instructions definitely make this transformation look much more complicated than it actually is. So hopefully I can simplify it for you a little bit in this video. So that is that for the basics of the packaging. So there we have Cliffjumper, and he does come with a few other accessories here that I'll just pull out. So we get Raph, Miko, and Jack. And so these guys all came in, I believe, a separate deluxe pack between Optimus and Megatron, and they were both, I think, deluxe scale figures, and not as good as the first edition figures. And of course, there was no true scale Voyager Megatron, so that was like the only Megatron you could get was in that pack, and they came with the kids. The kids are way out of scale. They should be probably about like this tall, but still fun to have, and nice that APC Toys included them. And we also do get these two accessories, two Dark Energon shards, and they are different. One is longer than the other, and the sculpting is also different. Very nice purple transparent plastic used for those. And I'll bring Megatron in a little later so we can get the whole gang going in that first episode. So those are your accessories. So first we'll take a look at Cliffjumper and then get into the kids. The kids are just a repack of previously released figures. I mean, as is this guy, but he has some updates. So notable updates to the APC Toys version over the original first edition figure are the lack of like that rubbery gummy plastic that Hasbro used. So this guy has like the solid plastic for the horns, and I believe there's some, don't remember what other, the horns on the front of the car as well. On the original Hasbro release, these were all rubbery plastic, but now they are nice solid plastic, and they are painted silver and look very nice. And overall, he has a few more paint apps than the original figure as well. In terms of plastic quality, feels pretty good. I know the original one was criticized for being kind of delicate feeling, and this guy is, I wouldn't say he's delicate, because everything does snap back together pretty easily if anything comes off, but he is definitely, slightly different in plastic quality, I would say, a little thinner plastic, but still very durable, and I don't feel like anything's really gonna break. Now you can see the head sculpt, looks very nice. You got the light piping in there as well, in the back of the head, so get those eyes illuminating. Very nice silver paint. You can see there's some silver on the chest there and down here. I really love the transformation on these first edition figures. The way this is actually the front headlights of the car do actually come up to underneath the chest. It's not perfectly accurate to the show, but it is pretty darn close. So really nice. Just little black and red paint apps there on the feet. Wheel rims look fantastic. Nice silver paint. As you can see, more of the car detailing, which we'll get into once he's in vehicle mode. There you can see the butt grill and his butt horns. And so a cool kind of gimmicky feature in robot mode is his guns. So you can just open up that panel from transformation and flip the hands in and out. So you have either the guns out or fists out, either way. So you can do that on both sides. Very nice feature. Yep, looks pretty good in robot mode overall. In terms of articulation, he does have ball joint at the head, so moves side to side, up, down, all the wiggly waggly. It is a little bit loose on mine, but it still does hold a pose. So, and if you shake it, nothing really rattles. All the joints are a little bit looser on this guy than I would like, but overall still not bad. Very nice shoulder articulation there. You can see it hinges way out to the side. Of course, this is a ball joint, so rotate the full 360, no problem. And you can exploit the transformation joint if you want to, and get a little extra hinge up and down in there, not really much. Then you do get bicep swivel, which does the full 360. Then you do get double jointed elbow for transformation purposes, which is very nice. You can actually bend it at several different locations there. And the wrists, of course, as you saw, do have articulation. They just turn side to side, and then you can flip in and out, the gun in and out as well. No waist articulation, as this is an older figure. He does have ball joints at the hip, so kick forward that far, back, very nice degree. And then he can do, of course, the splits very easily. Nice knee joint. He does also have a joint up here, but that's for transformation, so won't really worry about that because his thigh isn't supposed to move that way. So then ball joints at the feet as well. So you do get, or at the toes, so you do get all that motion as well, which is definitely helpful for posing him, as a lot of the Transformers Prime figures, first edition figures, didn't really have any kind of foot articulation, but just even having those toes pivot definitely helps in getting much more dynamic poses. So that is the articulation for the figure. Then just these little guys, painted really nicely, as you can see, and you can pop them on and off of that base. They do have fairly large feet, so they can, on some surfaces, stand on their own, but that's, I guess, why the base is included. They're nice, all nicely painted, very clean. Jack's feet are like ginormous for some reason, but there you go. Definitely out of scale in robot mode, and even more out of scale in vehicle mode, but still fun accessories. And then, so let's do some comparisons, so then we can put the Dark Energon in the right hands, so to speak. Get Cliffjumper standing up here. Go. Pull in his Slayer, of course. This is first edition Starscream. Slide them all back so you can get full height comparison. Go. Now Starscream, because he has the long lanky hands, can't really actually hold an Energon shard, but does look pretty cool. And then of course we have Megatron. This is APC Toys Megatron. Let's give him a shard of Dark Energon there to hold. Stab into Cliffjumper, and as you can tell, he's way taller than Cliffjumper out of the picture here. There you go. And then two more. Viacon. Beat him up pretty bad in that opening scene. And of course, first edition RC. And first edition RC has always been way out of scale with the rest of the figures, but you know, she's supposed to be shorter than Cliffjumper, but it works nonetheless. Still a fun figure. And APC Toys has released RC as well, but I haven't picked that one up, as I don't see a need for two RCs in the collection. Two Optimus, yes. Two RCs, no. So that is it for comparisons. Let's get into transformation. Sorry, just setting all those figures aside. All right. So transformation for this guy is much simpler than the instructions make it seem, though it is fairly complex for a figure of this size. So to begin, I like to come to the legs first. And you just want to detach here and pull this forward. Then this is my least favorite part of the transformation. There's this little piece of transparent plastic that has to flip out, and it is very stiff, but it does flip out. Then just take the hood toe, hinge it in. Repeat the same thing on the other side. So just open up that door wing from the leg, pull out this transparent plastic piece, and flip in the toe. And then you will want to compress the legs here. There is a double joint at the thigh. You want to just hinge it up until it collapses like that. Same thing on the other side. And I will say, like you can see, this joint is very floppy. And if you wanted to, you could always tighten these screws, but because of the way it friction fits in robot mode, it hasn't really been that much of a problem. Next, come to the chest, detach the front pieces of the car there, and detach the back of the head. You just want to kind of pull these pieces back so they line up with the rear of the hood of the car there, and just separate everything out, again, on another double hinge joint. And then you want to come here, pull this front piece down until it does line up with the rest of the front of the car there, like that. And then come to the underside of this piece, and there are these two little pieces that will slide out and kind of help solidify that front end, keep everything from flopping around. Very nice, like that. And then just keep that hinged out of the way for now. Come to the front again, and yeah, you can already go ahead and tuck that head in inside there, and you can just pull this waist piece down and then push the doors together. Next, you want to rotate at the waist, so kind of hinge everything out of the way so you have some clearance. Just rotate everything around, just a matter of, kind of finagling the pieces out of the way. And then just collapse the hood there for now, like that. Now we'll work on the arms. So to begin, you just want to start hinging everything back. You want to turn at the bicep here, and then bring in the double hinge joint. Oops, sorry, not yet. So you want to first open this up, rotate all the way around the other way, and now hinge in on the double hinge joint. And there's 2 clicks. You should hear at the bicep, like that. And then just kind of keep that out of the way for now so that we can line up. This transparent tab goes into a slot in the top of this. So just line it all up. Just snap in, no problem, like so. Same thing on the other side. So apologies for messing it up the first time. What you want to do is just hinge this piece open like that, then rotate around this way, and then 2 clicks. The bicep, kind of going in the reverse direction from normal articulation for the elbow, and then just hinge everything up. And again, shoot that tab underneath the windshield there, like so. And go ahead and you can just collapse those parts together on the top and just hinge these down, and they'll form the rear of the car. They will probably inevitably separate again, but that's not a problem. And then everything should just collapse together here. So lots of tabs and slots on the sides. They'll line up. Make sure all those joints are nice and secure. Now, with regard to the hands, I think you can do whatever you really want. You probably should hinge the fists so that they are facing inwards, as that does appear to be causing a little bit of difficulty here. Apologies. There we go. So the fist should be rotated inwards like so. And as you can see, this is the one other tolerance issue I do have, is this one ball joint is a little bit loose. But so once those fists are rotated in the correct direction, everything snaps together with ease, no problem. Now let's reattach that ball joint. Like I said, it does just snap on very easily, but it is a bit of a nuisance because there is a lot of transformation aspects in the legs here, so they do tend to pop off. So next, it's just the last bit is just aligning all the parts here. So as you can see, you have some slots there, you have the opening here for this windshield piece, and then you have tabs there and up here. And I just align all of them together, and it will all fit together. There we go. Looking like a car. So same thing on this side, you just rotate this way. Oop, and this joint did come out, so you got to make sure it's all the way collapsed down. Rotate around and snap all this together like that. Just give everything a nice squeeze, and you have, last step, fold that in. There you go. And here you have Cliffjumper, or APC Toys Red Gladiator in his vehicle mode. Certainly looks really nice. Very nice paint apps. You have the red in the back for taillights, nice silver outline. think if you wanted to with the hands, you could fold them either way. You could keep the guns out or the hands out. It doesn't really matter for vehicle mode. You can see nice dark plastic there. Much better than the original clear plastic that was used on the original release, where you could see all the inner robot pieces. This way, he has kind of tinted windows. Looks much better, and I think is more accurate to the show as well. You have that nice silver. Are these die cast? No, I think these are plastic. They might be die cast, but the exhaust pipes there. Very nice silver rims with pinned on wheels. Fantastic. And he cleans up very nicely, and of course, pinned on wheels means he rolls with ease, no problem. Certainly looks pretty darn awesome. So for some vehicle mode comparisons, do Bumblebee and Viacon. So you can just see that size. This is an APC Toys release. This is first edition. And one more, here's Prime. Back there, that's APC Toys Prime. So there you have those comparisons. See Viacon, he's a bit bigger. He is a big American muscle car, so it makes sense. Well, stylized after one, I should say. And then with Bumblebee, it's also like a Camaro-inspired muscle car. I think that works really well, actually. Scaling is near dead on. Very nice. And with Prime, he is a little bit big to scale with the truck, but close enough, in my opinion, close enough. Certainly close enough. It looks really good. Nice silver paint apps and everything. You can see, just like in robot mode, you have the nice transparent plastic pieces for the headlights. Looks fantastic. And you do have a little bit, this is just part of the mold. There's a little Autobot outline of the insignia there. I believe in the show, his Autobot insignias were actually on the sides of his forearms, so that's probably where I will apply mine. But overall, yeah, very, very nice. I would say the only paint app really that's missing, which, I mean, this guy has way more paint apps than the original release, but the only other paint app would be like painting the turn signals here or something. But overall, looks fantastic. The horns on the front, everything. Everything you could want. So again, please check out the link in the description to get yours from Shozy Store. And until the next video, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.